Hey everybody, this is Mickey D back with episode 4 of Breathedge, and we're picking up, I'm going to go ahead and save, but we're picking up exactly where we left off. It is nice, that does pause the game, so your oxygen food doesn't go down at all. And we are going to go grab, how much do we have on the grabber? 4. But we need the drill for the other one, so that's fine. We're going to go grab these. Oh, we might actually have... Oh, look at that. We got some on both sides. So that's useful. We can grab some alkali. And then we need to find some aluminum. And I think we've got one more use in this, so we're going to use it up. We can find some aluminum real quick. I'm going to make a couple more oxygen nope. It's more alkali, isn't it? Yes. I don't know if we've got any more around the ship or not. So I did do a quick search between streams, and I don't know if Chapter 2 is in yet, but supposedly the Crowbar, the developers have said that the Crowbar is not going to be implemented until Chapter 2, is the response I saw. So whether or not, we're on Chapter 1 right now, I don't know where the game ends at, because they're basically releasing it portions at a time. And I'm not sure where the last update left it off at. And since we're here, we'll just fill up our oxygen. I wonder if there's actually anything we can... Oh, no, because it would tell us if there was something we could scan. Now, supposedly, I've heard there's a suitcase back here. Supposedly. And do we have... Yeah, we do have a couple of oxygen things. Though, we've been back here, I didn't see it. Oh, it was supposed to be... Oh, we have to break those. Yeah, so maybe... I heard it's supposed to be by these. We got a piece of metal. Oh, maybe that's the suitcase. Yes. Our inventory's full. Alright, we don't need them. First of all, let's use that. That might actually give us enough space. Yes. So now we get the blueprint. Yeah, and supposedly once you put stuff in it, you can't move it around. That's fine, because they'll still be there. Alright, let's head back to the ship. Oh, actually... Where? Yeah. I say we can refill in here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, we made it. Alright. Yeah, that lets us run back and forth in between there. Alright. And so we can put the suitcase down. I guess once you put something in the suitcase, you have to basically put the suitcase down, I guess, to put anything in it. And once you put something in it, you can't move it. Which is, some people don't agree with because it's a suitcase. So you think it would be, you know, even if you can't and we will leave it there. Yeah, now we can open it, and it gives us more inventory space, so we can finally get all this stuff out of our inventory. Wish I found that before. And I think what I'm going to do, I kind of actually wish I'd done this the other way, is all of the useful stuff. Well, scissors are actually useful. I guess technically the condoms are useful, since we can craft something with those. I should actually see if we can... Yeah, see, you can't move it with stuff in it. We don't need... Only that one. And I don't... We'll take that one. Yeah, so now we've got a pretty clear inventory. Except we're going to need... What do we need for that? Oh, actually, we have... Take. Yeah, and this is what I was saying. Yeah, you can actually... Oh, light bulb. You can use it from this side. So we could actually just stand here, and we can pretty much access everything. We need that. I don't know. We need metal. I don't know if we need regular metal or the refined metal. Objects. What do we have? Oh, the suitcase. Yes, so containers. Oh, refined metal times 4. Wow. Okay. Equipment, tools. And what do we need? Not the grabber. There. Metal times 3 is all we need. We'll just go ahead and put that in there. Alright. And equipment and tools. Alright. And I don't think... What do we need for the... We probably actually don't need a grabber right now. We've got plenty in that. I'm not going to worry about the shears. For now, that's just for rubber or plastic, and we have our rubber and fabric, and we have plenty of both of those for now. Anti-scraper. How did we still have one that had... We must have had one that we didn't use up all the way. Ah, alright. Well, that's cool. That'll free up a couple more spots. Okay, there we go. Now, what were we doing? We wanted aluminum. That's what we really need. And we've got plenty of ice. Holy cow, ice everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if they would be out. I mean, there might be ones that spawn in there, but that's quite a ways to go. I'm trying to let us refill. There may be, I don't know, I think there was some aluminum over by the towards where the gaming rig was there and the bodies. I don't know if we already grabbed that though or not. Yeah, up here. Oh, wait, what's that? That might be some aluminum. I don't know. Actually, that looks like ice. That is ice. Yep. But I thought I'd seen some over here. What's that right there? Yep. Yeah, I thought I'd saw some over there. Alright. Might. I don't know if there's any more over there or not, but I think that's all we need for right now. Yeah, you can actually cut the fabric out of there. But I ended up not needing that because there was quite a bit around. Alright, so equipment, objects, stations. So thick electrical tape. That's all we need for that. I kind of wish they would reverse those too. Hopefully that is something they will work on. And because like this is a left click and then this is a right click to actually use it. So it'd be kind of nice if they made the uses all the same. The uses, is that the correct term? I don't think so. Battery, refined metal, and plastic. And I think we have all of those. So battery, plastic, and refined metal. And then we can just drop aluminum over there because we don't need it with us right now. We do have the water, so we're going to make some more. And while we're here, we're going to go ahead and grab the alcohol in case we need to offset. There we go. And food, water. In case we need to offset the temperature, which we might at the last portion of it. I don't know. Obviously, when we can get to the one station, fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with the grabber. So we can take those two, and then we've got 2 refills. Obviously, when we use 88, 82, fine. The food doesn't go down that fast. Maybe we'll make a bottle of water real quick. Or if we were intelligent, we would just head over here where we know there's like 4 bottles of water because our inventory was full, so we couldn't pick them up. Some space, so we can, if we're quick, refine metal. Oh, and then the other handy scraper broke, but we have the other one. And we'll get... Yeah, and I don't know if they have the... As far as I know, I guess there is the constructor in. Because I have a feeling that what happens is we go up to the evacuation point, and we kind of already know that nobody's going to meet us there. Because for one, we've seen broken rescue shuttles around for some reason. And for two, you know, they told us that there was an issue with the rescue shuttle and it's not going to be here for like 4,000 years. So we know we're on our own. So I'm feeling that once we get up there, is maybe that was either the end of chapter 1, and because I guess supposedly there's a constructor in which they do show in the little cosmonaut video. They do show that we picked up a tape for. Very nice. So we'll just stay here then, because we picked up a couple oxygen canisters, so why not? And all we got is a ball of metal, which we did use up most of those, so we will go ahead and pick them up. Oh, some of them fell underneath. That's what was going on. And we did pick up another suitcase, so that's nice. Yeah, I was wondering why some of those, we busted them open and they only had one piece of metal in it. So there was more, it was just... Oh, oxygen. Yeah, we definitely want that. Dump. We only need to dump, yeah, one piece. Okay. Let's see if we can get back. So there, that should be all pretty much finished off over there. The only thing there still is... We're going to take a little bit of damage because we're not going to quite... Oh, we might. We'll take, yeah, like 1 point. Ooh, except I almost hit the electricity. I wish there was a... You can't grab onto anything, so it's kind of like you have to counteract. It would be nice if... I almost wish that, like, Hellion and this game would kind of, like, compromise. Because this is, like, really great to move around, but you don't have, like, the stabilization that you do in Hellion. But in Hellion, the jetpack is a lot slower. Especially on turning. Okay, and we're gonna throw down, we're just gonna have suitcases everywhere. I don't want to block that. That's right, I threw all those scissors over there. Right. Wow, I kind of like it that, oh, I can actually just put it. You can scan that? Okay. Why not? I always forget, you gotta actually have it. Hey, Ekman, how you doing? I don't know if there's anything else we can scan. And I still don't know what that is. Yeah, it has been. Use one. Yeah, we don't really care which way. Well, I'll turn it this way. Why not? It'll fit right in there. With the cardboard boxes, we can't move. Oh. Yeah, see? That's the, Ooh. There you go. Drop it right there. Alright, that'll work, I guess. Because once we put it down, or once we put something in it, durability 9. That's probably alright. I don't think we're really planning on beating on too much stuff right now. Alright. So. Oh. Yeah, I've pretty much finished off Hellion for now. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and that. We finished all the storyline missions, so there wasn't really anything else to do until they update it and add more storyline missions. And hopefully when they do, it will be a matter of, you know, hopefully the saves will be compatible and I don't have to go back through. I mean, if we do, we do. That's fine. I mean, we'll just, you know, the base always builds a little bit different and resources spawn in different. So it's not like it's an issue if we have to restart. And they usually take a while for the updates. So, you know, it'll probably be a few months before we would do another one anyway. Oh. Right, refill the oxygen. All right, now we're gonna stay here until our jetpack recharges. So we can either, I guess we can hit that one, or we can try to go that way and stay away from the cold. I guess we gotta hit this one actually, because if we don't, we're just gonna end up putting another one kind of in the, you know, pretty much the same area. I mean, it's not directly going that way, but it should work out close enough. Yes, freezing danger. But have you played this yet, Ekman? It's pretty fun. It's got a little bit of humor to it. Yeah, it's got some comedy in it. Oh, and I just realized my headset is turned all the way down. Not that he does give subtitles, so kind of, yeah. I mean, oxygen is really your, you know, you get some environmental hazards, but it's oxygen is your, you know, one limiting, and we're gonna go ahead and charge that station. Okay, and we will warm up while we're right here. And I am waiting for our jetpack. Yeah, there we go. I guess I should say our boost. Alright, so that's the waypoint. So we're going to head right to that. And unfortunately, I see no more... See, that's what I'm saying. I don't see any more stuff to keep us from freezing, so...
The presence of such an amount of cooling gel is strange. Such a composition was outdated more than 10 years ago and is not produced on any planet.
Uh-huh. So our ship was like really, really out of date. Is that what you're saying? I'm hoping that once we get past the cooling gel right here, we're not gonna freeze to death. That warms us up. We drink alcohol to stay warm, but then we look like this.
The captain's bridge is detected ahead. The evacuation should be led from there, but there are no signals or movement detected in this area. Probably everyone died.
Yeah. I kind of like how they did it, though. It's not bad. Okay, and I'm assuming that's radiation warning because we're not actually... Oh, that's weird. We're right here, but I think the alcohol's worn off, and we're not... I know. The ridge is not there. I'll die. 2 to access bridge, you need admin code 123. Code admin 123. There will be a button with description to kill all passengers.
With such an accent, the incorrect localization sounds extremely convincing. The information on the captain's bridge is classified in the database. Therefore, it is recommended to ignore this valuable advice and act according to the situation.
Yeah. Kill all passengers button. I love that. Okay, let's get up there. If I'd actually gone right towards it, it probably would have been... Oh, 340. Yeah, that is about the end of the range. Yeah, that's why I brought 2 of these. Yeah, you can get about 400 from them if you go in a straight line. Oh, caution, radiation. Oh, good thing I have my fully upgraded radiation suit. Kind of like Subnautica. Okay.
The captain's bridge was badly damaged, but the main systems are still functioning properly.
Uh-huh. Nice.
The door is locked. If you manage to get inside, there's a chance to send a distress signal to the nearest planet, or at least cake the corpse with the captain who allowed this to happen.
You need a key. Okay. Computer. Oh, hey. I need a handy scraper to repair. Okay. Let me guess, we're just gonna like beat it. Yep. Here's how we repair things. Okay. Yeah, I've heard it's... Oh, hey, our oxygen's staying filled. Why is this counted as an oxygen area? Okay, either way. I guess it works. One, two, three. Take key. An ordinary key from some cheat lock. You can open or close something with it. Let me guess. I have to put the key in my hand. Yo, I do want to see what it says. Okay, an ordinary key from some cheap lock. You can open or close something with it, or you can lose it and open the lock with your finger. It's strange that the captain's bridge is locked with such a piece of junk. Not really, because the ship is kind of, broken. System loading too.
Seems it will be a long day.
So I don't know if that's so this is probably the end of chapter 1. I don't know if this is the end of the game or not, because it's done in chapters, so there might be another chapter still to play, but we might have to go through the credits for this first one. I don't know. I know they've done an update, so I'm not sure if I don't know if we can skip over it. Yeah, in the beginning they were saying that the rescue had an issue, and they were not... it was going to take them 365 years to get here. So they said, well, you're kind of on your own. And they said, oh, what did they say? They said, the rescue will... Well, the rescue sent a message saying they had an accident and it would take them for 4,365 days to get here. And then the suit was like, oh, they won't get here until 4,365 days after you die. So that was basically like it was telling you we're going to die today. Okay, so Steam achievements. For Chapter 1, is there an Yeah, but is there... what did they do on the... let me see. Okay, yeah, there's the suit. Yeah, I like this. Where's the updates page? Store. Oh, update. Oh, it says actually click news instead of being lazy about it. The release from early access one. Yeah, where's the constructor? Where's the... let me see, constructor. Oh wow, the basement building is gonna be pretty cool. Oh, okay, the constructor is... you can download it separately. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that might be the end for now. Oh, I was kind of hoping. Look, I got 3 stars. There's always been 3 stars there. I have no idea why those 3 stars are there. Timing game. Yeah, 3 hours. That's what they usually say. It takes about 3 hours. So... yeah, I have no idea why those 3 stars are there. There's actually a couple different modes, and the standard mode is the only one in right now. I think this one gives you, you probably get infinite health, food, water, maybe air, and then, but you can still like die of radiation or freezing. Basically survival mode, permanent death. So basically if you die, that's it. You have to start over. And then sandbox mode, which is when they have the base building in. That's annoying because it didn't auto-save. It auto-saves every time you walk out of your airlock, basically. So I guess I would have to do the run back, and place the 2 things down, that's fine. I mean, we've already got everything on us, so you think they would just save, like, at the end. But, alright, well, I guess that's it for this. There's, I guess, no more to it for now. And then, obviously, once they do the update, let me see if they actually have a time frame on it. I was kind of reading that. I was trying to figure out about the constructor thing. But supposedly, basically you can download the Breathedge constructor and it'll let you do like the base building standalone program, kind of like making worlds for Worlds Adrift, I guess. Let me see what they have on their latest. Brush, got some old stuff. Yeah. Happy New Year. Okay, so basically the only thing they say is in 2019 they hope to take it out of early access. That's all they say. It doesn't give us any time frame on the next update, it looks like. Let's see, October 10th is the last other news. Oh wow, yeah, they show all the base building parts and stuff. They're pretty cool. So is there a... Yeah, Breathedge construction. So yeah, if you do Breathedge, there's Breathedge. You can download the Breathedge construction, and then that'll let you basically mess around with base building and stuff outside of the game. But they've got quite a few parts. It does look like kind of like Subnautica parts, sort of. They're pretty detailed for the... I mean, they're actually a lot more detailed than even Subnautica. It looks like they've basically got like a whole, like, you know, they've got like a kitchen, a living room, you know, hallways and different stuff, and they're pretty fleshed out. And then they said they've got about 40 decor items, elements that are also planned in the second chapter. And they crushed a beer can. Okay, nice. Yeah, and the game's supposed to be a lot bigger. Oh, they're adding new... Oh, that's cool. They're adding new upgrades to the suit. So, like, bigger oxygen, different... So, basically what we've got is kind of like a tutorial right now. And... you know, kind of like an intro to the game. And it looks like the next update is adding the second chapter of the game. They're expanding the map, and which they're going to have to, because there's not enough resources, basically. I mean, there's more than enough to do what you need to do in the beginning, you know, but it's a finite amount. So if you're going to add base building and stuff in, there would not be enough resources. And I'm assuming they're adding the constructor, so hopefully there's going to be some type of, you know, you have to make like a construction machine, or I don't know, maybe you'll find something. But I'm assuming it'll basically pick right up where you left off, where, you know, okay, the captain's basically emergency escape, you know, shuttle left without you, and then potentially blew up, was what it looked like when it was supposed to enter the warp, or whatever it was. And, you know, you'll be like, okay, now you've got to build. Because basically it's supposed to be, you're going to have to build a spaceship to save yourself. So your base building is like, basically you've got to build a space station to build the stuff, to build the ship, you know. And so you can actually rescue yourself. Yeah, so it'll be really cool. It's taking them a while. And yeah, I would say go on their website, go on the Steam store site, because December 10th they did in the news section, they've got some stuff with the oh, and I think they have a video with the base building on it too. It's on YouTube, but it's on the Steam store. They've got a link to it in the news. And they've got, actually, hang on, can I... There we go. I don't usually have that on there. But yeah, this is their October 10th. They've got a YouTube video on it. And then this is... Oh, which you guys can't... Oh, that's annoying. You guys can't see my cursor when it's on the Steam overlay. Or when I have the Steam overlay on. Oh, there it is. Okay, I just had to click. Yeah, so there's the video. And then this is what they're kind of showing for the base parts. And yeah, and then some of the elements, which there's like the lights they show on the ship, and there's the TV you had to scan, and the chair. So obviously you'll have to scan more of this stuff. Oh, cleaning robots. Yeah, and then I guess they did talk about there's going to be some vehicles and stuff. So that's probably a little small one to get you started. I don't know. Actually, it looks like that might be a joke because it looks like a vacuum cleaner. Or unless that was the first iteration, second iteration. Then there's no, that's the okay. Oh no, that's different. Yeah, because that's the front and that's the back, and who knows what that is. Oh, magnetic vacuum cleaner named Rocket. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Shooting, repairing, blow up, analyzing, breathing, accelerating. So those are for the backpack. That's your jetpack boost. That's oxygen, which right now we have basically a condom that's taped together and full of oxygen to increase our capacity. So we'll actually get a real container, and then you get double that. And then the same thing is, instead of our funnel that's hooked into our waste reclamation system, basically, is we'll have these, which is obviously the small one and then the bigger one. And I'm guessing the tape gun is going to be the repair tool. I don't know, but obviously, oh, that's probably going to be the grabber, or not the grabber, but the thing we're beating everything with, basically, to break stuff apart. And yeah, I'm not sure. There is a dead one of those in the game, but maybe we bring it back to life. Who knows? Huh. Anyway, yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it for now. So, fortunately, I was kind of thinking we had more to play in the game before we hit to the end. I didn't think that was going to be right at the end right there. So I guess we'll have to call this good for this episode. We only got 55% of the achievements. 5 out of 9. It's horrible. Oh, and then one hidden achievement. Yeah, I think that one is you have to electrocute the chicken or something, which we did in one section with the smuggler. And the artist, I'm assuming, is something with paint. I don't know. Yeah, they've got some hidden achievements and stuff. But, hey, look, you're online. And, yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll call it good for this episode. It's like 1:15 in the morning for me, so I'll probably just end it here. This one was only going to be like an hour or so anyway. But obviously, we're, yeah, as you can see, 16 a.m. So, how do I have 6 hours in the past 2 weeks when that doesn't make any sense? It just told me yeah, I mean, if you go back and through, it's not very far, and we collected some resource in the beginning, and then that was pretty much, if I had realized we were that close, I probably would have just added it onto the other stream, but I didn't know where it actually ended. And the base construction that I thought they added is not in the game yet. It's a separate download, kind of like the Worlds Adrift Island creator. You can basically mess around with the base building. But the next update, I guess, is supposed to be huge for Chapter 2. It's going to have the base building in it. It looks like it'll have some vehicles. It's going to have new tools, new upgrades for the suit. So, it seems like a whole bunch of stuff in it. And they're expanding the map and stuff because I'm assuming it's going to be like, you know, we basically gone through kind of like the starter tutorial area, and you know, basically the very basic starter tech sort of stuff, and then now we're going to progress on to building a base and actually building some sort of real equipment instead of using, you know, the kind of for the, you know, junky suit upgrades and stuff that we're doing, and, you know, kind of cobbled together tools. But yeah, so we'll call it good for this episode, I guess. And you know, I'll probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I might do a little bit of Worlds Adrift, and I'll have to figure out. I do want to get into well, like I said, I was thinking about doing some Worlds Adrift. I might only do one stream of that, though. I'm not sure. I mean, there's no missions or anything in it, so, you know, I don't know. Yeah, you can only fly around so much from island to island, you know, looking for knowledge to get an upgrade at a time. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's like I said, there's no... they did add a PvE server now, and so when you start, you can do a PvE or a PvP server. So if you don't want to get attacked all the time and stuff, which I don't necessarily say all the time, it's random. You know, people may or may not attack you if you fly by them, that sort of thing. You know, you can do the PvE, and then it's only one. There's basically, what is it? Four biomes. You basically get the 2 in the starter, and then the mid-level one, and then you get the Badlands. But basically, the Badlands is the only biome that has PvP on the PvE server, if that makes sense. So all the other biomes are, which is the Badlands are kind of like the last tier, I guess you would want to say. So that's where, like, you get the highest knowledge gains, and it's harder to get into it because usually you got to pass a sand wall. Actually, I think you probably always have to pass a sand wall to get into the Badlands. So, and if you're not familiar with it, you have wind walls, like the storm walls, and the sand walls. As far as I know, it's the only 3 that there are, unless they've added one. It's been a while since I played, and we're still in the starter area basically right now with the new stream. And the sand walls is basically the hardest to get past, so you have to be pretty much, you know, pretty well upgraded. And, you know, sometimes you want to have another person with you, so one of them can do, like, repairs while you're flying through it. But, you know, so it kind of helps that the people that want to just, like, explore and collect knowledge and things like that, which is usually what I want to do. You know, I don't want to go collect some knowledge and then have my ship shot down, have to rebuild it, gather more materials. I mean, you don't lose the knowledge when you die, but you lose everything else, basically. So if your ship gets destroyed. Oh, actually, not that one. I clicked the wrong button. Let me do this, since we're on here now. And what I'll do is... we don't really care. Just open one of these up. Oh, is it actually going to let me... Oh, it won't actually, in the overlay, it won't actually let me go into my library, will it? Oh yeah, no, you can't, that's right. That's annoying. I forgot about that. Yeah. That's a pain in the butt. going to say, because I could go through the, well, what do we have? Hang on here. Oh, I can't exit it. That's the problem. Settings, graphics. Put it in windowed. Well, thank you. That doesn't really help me any because you're not. It's still borderless windowed. It's the exact same setting. You go into windowed or borderless and it's still the same thing. There we go. That's awesome. And then of course you guys aren't going to be able to see it. Yeah, Hellion returning bunch done. I might actually do JCP Pioneer. Oh, I wonder if I can cheat. Hang on a second. Store page. I still want to kind of do rock, but let's do this. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So JCP Mars. It's kind of mixed reviews, but it was off to a really shaky start. But it's got pretty good graphics on it. And it's kind of storyline based. You could basically get a vehicle. It's like a rover sort of thing. You can upgrade it, collect resources, and you basically have missions. And you know, basically this is like a drop pod command post thing. And you get solar panels and rover bay and stuff, and you can upgrade and place them and do your electrical and whatnot, and you know, go gather resources. And it's on Mars, obviously, but it's kind of interesting. So I like to do a little stream off of that. I haven't ever done one yet on it. And then why can't you, on the store list, can't you get into your library? That's annoying. Now I gotta try to find the one I have open. Oh, it won't let me put it on that side. Oh, that's right, because I'm in here. Come on. There we go. And then what else? Oh, Planet Nomads. That is a good one. That is pretty in-depth for building. No, that's, I guess, for like the linear thing. Obviously, this is all stuff that's been built in-game. It's got pretty good graphics on it. They've done a lot of, there's biomes, whatnot. Kind of like Space Engineers, and you know, you get kind of the blocky. But they've got a lot of block parts and shapes and wheels. And if you've ever played Scrap Mechanic, where you can do like hovercrafts and stuff. Like if you ever played Scrap Mechanic, which is where you have your power source, you have your controls, and then you hook your, you know, controls in, and you know, send it to your wheels, and you know, you can do a lot of adjustments. Yeah, so here's like your base building. So it's not like your bases and stuff aren't just like all blocks. Your vehicles kind of are, but your bases, they've got a lot of pretty cool parts. And they've got like greenhouses and bioreactors and solar power, and you know, so you can do quite a bit of stuff in it, and it looks pretty good. You know, the world is pretty good as well. And they've got some pretty detailed blocks and stuff that they didn't make everything blocky. Like, so here's like the little greenhouses you can build, you know, in the different machines. And it's kind of interesting. So I'd really want to do one off of that at some point. I think that would be a pretty fun game to do. And I still want to do one off of rock, but I'm hesitant because the game is still, they haven't, oh my God, when did it come out? May 2017, and they've basically had, it's still almost the exact same version as what came out. They ran into issues with the developers. I mean, it looks awesome. It's got radiation effects. It's like, you know, you got your oxygen to watch out for radiation, electricity, hunger, water, your different materials that you build out. And these are what you build with for base wise. They're basically not blocks, they're flat panels. Different materials in the game have different like stats, so conductivity, like, so your gold is going to be more conductive than iron, sort of thing. So they kept it really real to life. Lead's going to block radiation better than like iron is. And you've got copper, and you can do distillation, smelting. It had a really, 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 really insanely complex crafting system when it first came out, which is why I got it. Plus, it was on space and in Mars. And then they kind of took it a little bit too far. So, like, if you want to make a solar panel, it took like, I don't know, like 60 steps to make like a solar panel, because you had to make each of the parts. So, like, as you can kind of see here, you've got a rod, a spike, and it was like, if you want to make a pickaxe, it would be like a rod, a spike, and then like a block. It was like 3 parts to make a pickaxe, and that's like just something very simple. But like, if you had to make an axle, then it was like you're making all these parts. They kind of simplified it and overhauled it a little bit. To complicate it even farther is you had medium-sized parts, small-sized parts, and large-sized parts. So some stuff would require like a small axle or a rod, and some stuff would require like a medium rod. So, it just made it really, really complicated. But they kind of simplified it, so now, like, to make a solar panel, instead of being like 60 steps, it's like 17 steps. So it's not as over the top as it was, and they got rid of like most of the different sizes, so that way you're not making like, oh great, I have like 20 small rods, but I don't have any mediums and I need a medium rod, kind of stuff like that. You can make alloys, electrical conductance. You can pressurize the bases, but you have to like, get your oxygen, get your different gases. So it's pretty cool, but the development has been really plagued. Like I said, I think the way it now, and don't quote me on this, I think the publishers basically came up with the idea. They found developers to make the game. Developers made the game. They released the first version of it, basically, when they were happy with the first version as early access. And then basically, I don't know what happened. Developers completely dropped the ball. They couldn't get it updated and patched or anything. It was basically stuck at like kind of like the first version. They do like an update, and it was just like really buggy, and they had to roll it back, that sort of thing. It ended up not really going anywhere for a while. It ended up going into a lawsuit because basically the publishers ended up like firing the developers, and then the developers like took them to court and tried to keep like all the assets and yada yada. It was a huge legal mess. They finally got all that straightened out, and they've got a new developer that like they've gone through and done like a whole bunch of bug fixes and like made it pretty stable. But they don't have anybody investing in it because it was in such a rocky start. So they don't have the money to put into it right now, basically, is what they're saying. The game studio is still active. They have another game that's supposed to be coming out or has come out. I'm not sure. But basically right now, Rock is pretty much on hold until they find some investors to back it. But there's a bit there to do, so, you know, it would be nice to actually do it. I do enjoy the game. There is just a few bugs in it, but, you know, there's some decent mechanics already in the game. And it is kind of like hardcore survival. It's pretty easy to die in the game. I mean, you've got, you know, your oxygen, food, water, radiation, and like in the beginning, the only way to get like your radiation down is you have to keep finding the medication, unless you can find there's like one specific resource that you can use to craft, like I think it's like for potassium. You know, you basically have to craft like an anti-rad medication. But the resources kind of spawn in randomly on the map. So, and it's server based, it was multiplayer. There's only 2 servers currently running, and they're both in the EU, though I get a decent ping time on them. So, like I said, it's one of those games I would really like to do a stream on, and I really hope that somebody does eventually invest in it, and it continues on production, you know. But that's, you know, the reason I'm kind of hesitant to do it, because, you know, it might be I do the stream and then that's it. You're not gonna really see any more after that. I don't know. But as you can see, it's got beautiful graphics on it. And I'm looking at 2 different screens here. Yeah, it's got, you know, some really good, you know, graphics and whatnot. And oh, there's the video, which, you know, it's I'm not going to go too far into it, because I think some stuff they show in here is not implemented yet, and they were gonna have rovers in them. There's some broken ones you find around, and like these are not bases you build. These are pre-built structures that are basically like there when you get there, because basically like Mars has gone to hell. Something's happened. I don't know if it was like terrorist attack or something like that, and basically you get dropped off in a drop pod, and you kind of have to survive and figure out what's going on. So you find little tidbits here and there, and there's kind of like a mission you're supposed to work towards. The first phase was like you're supposed to build like a giant radar dish complex to like contact Earth to get back in touch, because basically the infrastructure is like just so messed up that nothing's really worked. But there's all kinds of like different bases scattered around, and they've got like little lore pieces and stuff here and there, you know. But like I said, I don't know. So that's another one I'm thinking about doing, and it would probably go for, you know, a little while, not too long, because obviously we would run out of, you know, basically once you make all the machines and stuff and you kind of visit some areas that's like really, you know, you're out of stuff to do. But it does take a little while, and there is some like base building and stuff to it, and some machinery and stuff, so it's kind of neat to check it out. And what it's obviously stationeers. I do want to get back into doing that. Again, and I've got like a game, Novus Incepto. Pretty interesting. Oh, I forgot about, yeah, I picked that one up. And another one that seems pretty cool is it's called Outpost Zero. And it has basically the premises is like humans send robots to basically colonize. So you basically play as a robot, so that way, you know, when you die and you respawn, it kind of makes sense. Decent graphics on it, and you know, obviously alien planet, and you're collecting resources, and basically what you're supposed to do is the humans send out the robots, and basically you're supposed to like gather resources and build up a base and whatnot like that. And again, it looks pretty good. I played it when I got it, which was pretty much right after it came out, a little bit, just to kind of check it out. And I said, oh, it has potential, looks kind of good. I haven't touched it since, so I have to start over, obviously be a fresh start and kind of like a lot of learning, because I don't know what they changed, what they've done to it. But, oh, the Outpost Zero? Yeah. It seems, it's a lot of, it reminds me of like Planet Nomads or Empiron. It's kind of like along the same themes. There's a lot of creatures, that you're going to be fighting against, resources to collect. And I don't know if it has ships in it or not. I mean, obviously I didn't get that far into it. Obviously it looks like solar panels. I know they had like a couple different types of reactors. I think they had like a biofuel reactor and stuff. And you basically build a base, build your machinery, So, oh, the smelting furnace. I have a video on it. I have a series I did. It's been a couple months. Some stuff is probably changed, but on how to do the furnace and whatnot. You have to get the pressure, and you have to get your oxygen and your fuel basically ratio up and to the correct fuel and oxygen ratio to the correct mix, and then you've got to get your pressure up to a certain point. And it varies on the metals you're doing. Now, I don't know if they've touched it at all since the last time I played, so they may have changed some of that. And you have to vent out your exhaust. If you don't vent out your exhaust, then you will basically smother the fire and it won't work. But I do plan on doing Stationeers again. It's just Stationeers will be, one of those long-running series. So I've got a lot of games that I've had for a while that I haven't, so obviously this came out in, July 12th, and that's basically when I bought it. So, and I literally have probably, I have 0.6 hours on it. So I checked it out and said, oh, this has kind of cool, maybe I'll do a stream on this, and then I haven't touched it since. Because I like to learn them, unless it's a game I've played before I started streaming quite a bit. I like to learn them as I'm doing the stream, and then, kind of figure stuff out. But, so, there's a few options. I would kind of like to touch this one again, but I do want to put up a poll, and I want to list some of these games on them, and then see what people kind of, want to see, basically. And obviously, or just put it in the suggestions on Twitch or the comments on YouTube or whatnot. But yeah, and I mean, that's kind of, I do a lot of the crafting, survival, space. I kind of like that theme a lot. And I do have stuff like, obviously, like Conan and, Life is Fuel and things like that too. So, but kind of like the space genre. I usually like the complexity of, basically being able to make a spaceship, or, having to watch oxygen and stuff as well. Plus, I do like the technology. It's kind of cool, I don't usually prefer to run around with like a bow and arrow and stuff. But yeah, so I'm not sure what we'll go on to, but I was thinking, since I did Worlds Adrift a little bit the other day, I'd probably at least do one Worlds Adrift tomorrow, and then I'll figure out from there. Maybe we'll do Rock, maybe we'll do Outpost Zero, I don't know, so, or something. And why is... Oh, there you go. Okay. I was like, that's funny. I was like, I guess the YouTube chat shows up in the stream before it actually shows up on my restream page. Because I was like, I see Dave type something, but it's not showing up in the chat. It's just showing up in the stream. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll figure out. But anyway, we'll call it here. It's like, you know, we finished half an hour ago, and now I've kind of been on for half an hour about various games. But, you know, put it, you know, you guys have, you know, requests on any of those or whatnot, throw them in the comments, or, you know, and we'll go from there. And, you know, I'd rather not have too many streams going on at once, you know, game-wise, just because then it's like you never really, you know, if you jump from one to one to one, you know, if I do 3 streams in a day and they're all 3 separate games, then it's like you never really make any progress, it seems like. So I usually like to do, well, like I was kind of doing before with Stationeers and, you know, Worlds Adrift and stuff, you know, where I do 1 of one, 2 of the other, and, you know, kind of maybe alternate it or stick with one primary and then one a little bit anything else. But, yeah, so, I don't know, I'll give it some thought, but like I said, we'll probably start off with Worlds Adrift tomorrow, do an hour and a half or so in that, and then I'll see, you know, what we go on to. But I'm probably I'm gonna go ahead and exit this, so you guys will just have a, we can do I can do a be right back, yeah. Or I can actually just say stream end. I should have done that a while ago, because that way people didn't want to listen, or, you know, they would realize that it was done. I kind of wish, I really wish Hellion would do like another update really soon, because I do like that game. But, you know, we all know it's going to be a while before they have another, you know, before they have another one. Oh, and I could do a Subnautica, and then somebody was asking about Ark. You know, but both of those are, you know, pretty much, you know, there's been quite a few streams on those, and but they do have the new Subnautica coming out, which is what I forget what it's called, but it's the one that's basically in the frozen, where is it? I'm trying to see. I know they've got, oh, they're, oh, they showed the scene. Oh, Below Zero. Subnautica Below Zero is what they're calling it. And it's basically the sequel to Subnautica. It's the same engine, same kind of world. It's basically like you know, you leave at the end of Subnautica, and then basically you come back because, you know, you've discovered like the precursors and stuff. So, and they basically, you know, the corporation sets up a base there, and then basically you go back because you've been there, you have knowledge, and then things kind of go wrong, to say the least. I think you're actually a different character, but I'm not 100% sure. But you tie into it as of going back, sort of thing. But yeah, it's supposed to be like you're in like one of the polar ice caps. So there's like a layer of ice, and creatures are slightly different, and there's new creatures, and, you know. Oh, the yeah, if you go on the Subnautica site, or Steam, you know, Subnautica page, if you scroll back down through the news, they've got some information on it. And what is it? Is it IGP, I think, that does, you know, a lot of, you know, his main thing is he streams Subnautica. He's been doing a lot of coverage on it. So if definitely you want to go through, and he's actually, the devs brought him in, and he did a he did they had him do a play test of the of like their unreleased alpha, and got thoughts and stuff, because he has like thousands and thousands of hours on Subnautica, and he was able to give like a little bit of input and kind of see, and obviously it's there was some stuff he couldn't talk about, but there was some stuff he would, and there was some footage he was able to show and kind of explain the backstory a little bit, and obviously the devs of Subnautica got some PR out of it. So, but it's pretty cool. So, but I'm, Subnautica's been done so much that I'm kind of hesitant to do a stream on it, because I don't know if really people would really be all that interested in it. But Subnautica is one of those games that the last time I played it was before it was finished, and I've actually never gone through and just focused on like the storyline. I mean, I know from watching like IGP and stuff what the premise of the storyline is, but I've never actually gone through and played it. I've just jumped in, like built a base, and kind of ignored the storyline. So I guess what I'm saying is I kind of do want to play it so I can go through and do the whole storyline. But like I said, I can always do that off camera too, because there is a lot of streams already on Subnautica. Plus, it's a complete game, so there's nothing really new to see, But anyway, before I go on for another half hour and I lose my voice, we will call this good for this stream. We'll end it here for today. Sometime tomorrow afternoon, my time. Yeah, we'll start off with the Worlds Adrift, and then I'll figure out what we're going to do after that. I don't know. Like I said, leave comments, suggestions down below if you guys, any of the games I listed there are something you guys are interested in, besides Stationeers. Because we definitely do it in Stationeers. I just want to do a couple of games that aren't going to be very long running, before that, because we get into Stationeers, and, they've got even more in it now, so it's going to be a long-running series. But, all right, we'll leave it there before I talk some more. So, you guys have a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next streams.